Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be taking a look at this Revenger kit by Vaporesso. Alright, so here's the packaging for this Vaporesso Revenger kit. And of course, inside the kit, you're going to receive your Vaporesso Revenger mod, a super duper durable USB cable for charging and upgradable firmware. Comes with a Vaporesso NRG sub-ohm tank. You get an extra 0.15 ohm coil head, an extra glass tube with some extra O-rings, and a Delrin 510 drip tip adapter. You receive a warranty pamphlet and a warning card, and last but not least, a kit user manual. So let's go ahead and start with this NRG sub-ohm tank, primarily made of stainless steel with some Delrin. She's 25mm at the base, and she's 52.5mm in length. What I really like about this tank is the base is comprised of Delrin, which keeps this device cool. Have not seen this yet. This is a pretty cool feature. And also at the base, she's got a non-adjustable, non-protruding 510 pin. Do not use this on your hybrid top cap devices. 510 threads are nice and smooth. And it also says down here NRG. I call this the energy tank. At the base down here, she's got dual bottom adjustable airflow. Okay, you grab a hold of this ring, you adjust it. She stops in one direction, stops in the other. Whatever you adjust on this side is going to be the same all across the board. And it is the perfect amount of restrictiveness. She's got easy top fill. You grab a hold of the top cap and she swivels out like so. You fill her up through that little port down there and she holds 5 mils of e-liquid. When you're done filling her up, you just push her in, locks into place, and she's good to go. She comes with this whitish board Delrin drip tip, dual O-ring down here at the base, and it's got a spit back guard, which some of you guys may not like, but this is not an 810 drip tip. This is not a 510 drip tip, just letting you know. And here is the drip tip catch cup, and she is a nice snuggy duggy fit. And check it out now, this kit comes with a standard 510 Delrin drip tip adapter. You just pop this in and you can use your 510 drip tips. So this tank comes with 2 coil heads. Like I showed you before, it comes with this 0.15, 30 to 70 watts recommended. They say it vapes at its best, 45 to 60 watts. It's got organic cotton feed slots all across the board. And then at the top, you got 2 coils with organic cotton. Oh yeah, and by the way, both coil heads that come with this kit use stainless steel wire. And here's the other coil, which is pre-installed, also a 0.15, and it is 50 to 110 watts recommended. They say it vapes at its best between 60 and 80 watts, organic cotton feed slots all across the board. And this sucker has 4 coils, again with organic cotton. And here's what the inside of the base of this device looks like. Nice clean threads. Screw this bad boy in. Make sure she's nice and tight. You want to juice this mamma jamma up just a little bit. Always want to prime up coil heads that use organic cotton. Screw the coil head and base section into the tank / top cap, which the tank is press fitted into the top cap / shaft section. And then what we got to do from there is fill her up. Now here's the Vaporesso Revenger mod. A few specs for you. She's 89mm by 45mm by 28mm. At the top, you get your 510 connection threads. 510 connections made of stainless steel. You got a gold-plated 510 pin, spring-loaded 510 pin, and I love how it's in the center. Huge. Like I said, 28mm. You could pop all your big tanks on there, your smaller tanks on there. It's going to sit flush. Every tank that I popped on here sat flush. And as you guys can see on the front, it says Revenger. Your menu screen is going to be here. Your wattage up, wattage down buttons, function buttons are going to be right there. And then you got your USB port for charging and upgradable firmware. On the side right here, you got your fire button, which kind of concaves in the center and sticks out at the top and even at the bottom, and it's nice and clicky, nice, comfortable, and clicky. At the base, you got holes for battery venting. On the back of the mod at the base, it says Vaporesso. You got the Vaporesso logo, and then you got the Revenger logo at the top. Same up here on this side, Revenger at the top. And look at this. You got panels. Plastic panel on the front, plastic panel on the back. Super duper fingerprint magnet. That is a big con in my opinion. I just don't like it. It's shiny. It looks cool when it's clean, but you just can't keep it clean. Look at that. This is a brand new mod, just showing you out of the package. And look at that. It's just dirty, dirty, dirty. That's a big con, okay? Now, that may be subjective. You may not mind it, but to me, I'm OCD. I do mind that. This mod is housed of aluminum. Now, I've seen in the past that this section right here is plastic. No, the one that I received is aluminum, which is a pro. In this type of paint, I don't know if you guys can see that, it's got a coating on there, which means it should not flake. So here she is with a blue Arco tank, and this is a 26mm device width at the base, and look at it. It sits flush. There's no overhang, just looks the tits. And here's the NRG tank that comes with this kit. Looks the tits, sits flush. It really can't look much better than that. Again, here's the back panel for this device. This is the battery door. You get your thumbnail in here and you pop this sucker open. It's easy to pop on there. It pops back on there with ease. Now, I will state this. There is a little bit of a battery rattle when you have your batteries in here. Just a little bit. Hear that? But yeah, I'm rocking the Home Life batteries. Love these batteries. Aluminum battery door. Inside, you got 2 magnets up top, 2 magnets up top, and then you got 1 magnet down below, 1 magnet down below. And again, it's easy to pop on, easy to pop off. And here's what the battery tray looks like without the batteries in there. You got your spring-loaded connections. Negative, positive, positive, negative. This thing runs in series. So this Vaporesso Revenger mod, it houses the Omni chip. And if you don't know what the Omni chip is, I've done plenty of reviews on products, Vaporesso products in the past that have the Omni chip in there, and it's pretty much the same. I mean, pretty much exactly the same as far as how to navigate the screen. I've got links down in the description that shows more in-depth videos, tutorials on how to navigate the Omni board. In this one, I'm just gonna briefly show it to you, just the surface of what this thing can do. 5 clicks of the fire button turns her on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you guys can see, the mini screen, it doesn't look bright. That's just because my camera's shooting in 60 frames per second, but in real life, it's a lot brighter. So don't let the video fool you. But if you hit the fire button when nothing's on there, it's gonna say check atomizer. And right now we are in regular wattage mode. You got the battery gauge up top, dual battery gauge. It says VW for variable wattage. You got the high, that's preheat boost settings. You can choose low, medium, high. You got the resistance, the voltage, the wattage, and then the second counter. And this is a 220 watt device. And to adjust the wattage, all you do is use these wattage up, wattage down buttons down here. You got the center button, and that's to get into temperature control, which I'm gonna show you in a second, and bypass and TCR and all that stuff. But if you hit the wattage down button, you can scroll down, hold it down, and it gets a lot faster. And once you go below 100 watts, you can adjust in 0.1 increments. So yeah, you can vape this thing between 5 and 220 watts. Now to adjust this thing in temperature mode, what you got to do is hold down the center button right here. And we go into stainless steel, hold it down again. We go into nickel, hold it down again. We go into titanium, hold it down again. We go into M1 TCR mode, M2 TCR mode, hold it down again. Bypass, hold it down again. System set, hold it down again. Variable wattage. Now when you are in TC mode, whether you're using stainless steel, nickel, titanium, if you tap the center button 3 times, 1, 2, 3, you can adjust the VT, the variable temperature, or you can adjust the curves. And we can adjust it from there, just like all the Omniboard chip devices out there. Again, I got links down in the description that shows how to adjust the curves. It's super easy, but when you're done, hold this sucker down and it's set. Tap it again 3 times, 1, 2, 3. We can adjust the TCR. Hold that down and it's set. And this goes the same for stainless steel, nickel, titanium, M1, M2. Now when we have it hovered over system set, if we tap this middle button 3 times, 1, 2, 3, we can go into more settings. We can adjust the variable wattage and temperature mode. We can adjust the variable temperature, adjust the time set. We can adjust the default. We can turn the smart on or off, which smart mode I'm gonna get into in a second. We can adjust the screen timeout. And then you got an exit. Hold this sucker down and we're back out. Hold her down again and we're back to variable wattage. But yeah, right now she's reading at 5 watts. Got her in regular wattage mode, 9.99 resistance. That's because we have nothing screwed on here. Let me show you the smart mode. Screw the tank on. It's going to ask for an old or new load, and boom, it sets to the wattage to the resistance that's in this tank. That is a killer feature. We're ready to rock and roll. Yeah, man, so I got the energy tank sitting on this Revenger, and I'm vaporing at, well, it's 0.15 ohm, vaporing at 60 watts. I got the airflow 3/4 of a way open all across the board. You guys know the drill.
And you notice how it fired right up? Hear that?
Chucking tits, and the flavor that I'm getting off this 0.15 ohm coil head is phenomenal. Again, this is the one with the 4 coils. I tried the one with the 2 coils. It's a little bit more restrictive, and I wasn't getting as good a flavor off that as this. But this is going on 4 days with this coil head, and the flavor's still going. Still going, A-okay. Don't get me wrong, the other coil head vape's great. The flavor's phenomenal, but not as good as this, in my opinion. And I think that has to do with the airflow. I get more airflow with this coil head. But both coil heads, the top fill for this tank, I like how it kind of swivels forward. It's easy to use. The drip tip that comes with this, I'm not rocking the drip tip that came with it, okay? It has that spit guard, and personally, I kind of got sick of it, okay? I thought I wouldn't. It kind of cuts the flavor in half, cuts the airflow in half. It's not as smooth. But all this is going to be subjective. At least they give you that option, and they also give you a 510 drip tip adapter if you want to use your preferred 510 drip tips. Big pro. Airflow pretty much all across the board, smooth as a porn star's ass. Here it is, 3/4 of the way open. I'm going to close her off just a little bit. Close it off a little bit more. A little bit more. Now I'm going to open it up all the way and hear this. Definitely gets a little bit turbulent, a little bit whistly. But if I close it off just a little bit past that, maybe a couple millimeters, it smooths right out. So pretty much smooth all across the board. Flavor, flavor, flavor. The fact that this tank right here holds 5 mils of e-liquid, that's a good amount of juice. All in all, I think the tank actually looks pretty freaking stylish. You got the top, you guys saw in the close-ups, the design on the top, the design on the bottom, all the lines, the edges. It looks high class. And I love the blue. And you can also choose red. Yeah, you got color options for this kit. You can choose red, you can choose blue, I believe you could choose black, and probably others. The only two cons that I found for this tank, one, I'm not a big fan of the spit back guard on the drip tip. I wish they'd have gotten rid of that spit back guard, just offered it open. You know, bored out all the way, yeah, that would have been better. And the other con I found for this tank, it's not compatible with your 810 drip tips. Now onto the Revenger mod, man. This thing, it just feels good. Actually, I think this feels better than the Predator 228. It does, it feels good. This hits just as hard as the Karen TC218 right off the bat. What? That is just, oh man, no time at all. Hits like a dream. Hits like a damn dream. So yeah, I love the way this thing feels. One of the most comfortable mods out in the market right now. It's actually light. Even with batteries in it, it's light. The fire button, the function buttons are nice, comfortable, and clicky. In my opinion, I think this Omni board that's in here is the shit. You can run in regular wattage, you can run in TCR, stainless steel, nickel, titanium temperature mode. You can run it in bypass mode. You got the curves for wattage and for temperature. It's got smart mode, so anything you screw on here is going to adjust the wattage to the resistance of the coil you have in here. And in my opinion, I think that this chip is easy to navigate. The mini screen. Now for a newbie, no, but for someone who's dealt with regulated mods, it's going to be a cinch for you. All right, so back to temperature mode. Okay, like I mentioned in the close-ups, the coil heads come with stainless steel wire, so I've got her set in stainless steel now, 400 degrees Fahrenheit, just the default settings, and here we go. Watch this. This thing vapes unreal in temperature control. I mean, the experiences that I've had. And like I said, you can run this thing in curve mode if you want, but to be honest with you, at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 75 watts, I'm not getting any dry hits. I can take hit after hit after hit, never get a dry hit. And I'll show you. Let me go ahead and show you right now. It's consistent, no dry hits, full on flavor. I mean, it's banging. Hell, I've actually preferred the default TC mode, 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 75 watts over regular wattage mode. Like you guys saw in the close-up, she's got a USB port on the front. It does have upgradable firmware, and it does have quick charge. This thing charges fast. Oh yeah, another huge pro, almost forgot to mention, but I love the fact that the 510 connection is in the center. All in all, the full kit, it just looks sleek, and it's shiny. Now, it is a fingerprint magnet, and that's going to lead to the cons. I'm going to go ahead and go over the cons right now for the mod. First of all, fingerprint magnet on the front panel, fingerprint magnet on the back. And then the second con, like I showed you guys in the close-ups, the battery panel, it does fit on there snug, but there is a little bit of a rattle. Price point, price point, price point. The site that I know of, I'll post a link down in the description of the site that's selling this, okay? They're selling it for $79.99, okay? Again, link's down in the description if you want this. Now on to the big question, the big answer of the day. Hey, Rip, if you lost this Mamma Jamma today, would you go out tomorrow and buy one? And the answer is short and sweet, yes. The cons that I mentioned, they're not a huge deal. The biggest con to me, and this may surprise you, is the freaking fingerprint thing. I'm OCD. I don't know. It just annoys me. That's the only thing. Now, is it a deal breaker? No. But yeah, to answer your questions, I would buy this. $79.99 for the tank and the mod and the chip that's in this, what it does. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, liked it, found it entertaining and helpful. If you did like this video, well then like it down below. And if you want to see more of me, subscribe for more. This is Rip Trippers, and remember, smoking is dead, vaping is the future, and the future is now.